Did we just do this?
Same stinger, different bit of news.
Oh.
So this is for the Alien TV series. It all came around the same time. So we're talking about it, basically. Same stinger. Do apologise. Timothy Oliphant has joined Noah Hawley's FX TV series. Now, this is the Alien thing. The casting update that they give in this article via Deadline, because this is an exclusive, it actually confirms leaks that AVP Galaxy, friends of my channel, had given out before, which I covered. It actually confirms basically everything. So it's interesting, basically. So let's just take a look. Timothy Oliphant is reunited with Noah Hawley, because obviously he worked on Fargo and stuff. Details about Oliphant's character are not being disclosed. I hear he plays Kirsch, a synthetic who acts as a mentor and trainer for Chandler's Wendy, who is a hybrid, a metahuman who has the brain and consciousness of a child, but the body of an adult. Because the other cast members, there is Samuel Blenkin playing Boy Cavalier, a CEO. Now, he's a CEO, not of Weyland-Yutani. He's the CEO of Prodigy Corporation. You can kind of guess where we're going with this. Prodigy Corporation, prodigals. And his corporation is intent on creating the ability to transfer human consciousness into synthetics. And they literally do that. And that's kind of part of, the sort of key elements of this show. Not really sure where the aliens fit into this. It's set on Earth, so they are on Earth, but it's interesting nonetheless. And he's going to be playing the mentor to this child that was flung into an adult's body and is now a synthetic. I really like Timothy Oliphant. I think he's great. What do we think about this?
I don't mind Timothy Oliphant, but this whole storyline is starting to sound an awful lot like some Ridley Scott AI bullshit that belongs in Blade Runner, but not in Alien. I mean, see, this is why I'm worried. This has Ridley Scott's fingerprints all over it, and it's fine in Blade Runner. It belongs in Blade Runner. It doesn't belong here. Alien was never about the synths. It was never about the androids. I get that Ridley Scott is obsessed with them, but I really wish that he would just get that Alien is about the xenomorphs and not the androids. I mean, how is this so hard for him to understand?
Well, because he thinks the beast is done. Remember, that's that quote, that famous quote. The beast.
Yeah, it's done because he killed it.
I don't know. I liked Timothy Oliphant then. I first started to catch wind of him as an actor because he did Hitman and then he did Justified. He was so good in Justified.
He's been good in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, he's just a great actor.
He was in Deadwood. I mean, he was incredible in Deadwood.
Yeah.
You should see that series if you haven't.
No.
I mean, what the talent in that show was ridiculous as far as acting goes. But yeah, no, I mean, Oliphant's always a good catch. Everything he does, I appreciate for the most part. I mean, that's a win, but if the story's garbage, it's not going to matter. So,
yeah. Well, what do you think? Well, what you've heard about the story, what do you think?
I'm kind of with Andre. I mean, I would like to focus more on the creatures. I get enough of the android thought processes, and that fascination sometimes is too overwhelming for a good story to be told. So, I think it's interesting. I think we'll get a backstory that the kid this child had to be put, their consciousness had to be put into this synthetic, probably because they had been infected physically with one of the aliens. That would be a guess, right? That somehow yeah.
So that's not, don't know. That's not really what the leaks have been saying thus far. We don't know. That's a good guess, though.
Well, I mean, I would speculate because if I were going to write the story, I'd say that this was the only survivor of an infestation.
Well, except there are no survivors then, because again, as usual, whenever you have this kind of copying of mind, that child is dead.
Oh, I agree with you.
The only thing have is that just to make everyone else feel around, you now have a copy of the child's memories installed into some abomination in the eyes of God. Child is dead.
I agree with you.
Dealing with a replica.
Well, okay, so you are like me, that you probably ascribe to the same thing, that when you use a transporter and it disassembles you, you're dead. And it reassembles you somewhere else.
I spent years trying not to think about that, but yes, that is kind of like how the only way you could kind of like rationalize why they accept Robo Picard in the new seasons of Picard, right? Because they all die every time they use a transporter anyway, so they're kind of like used to it.
Yeah, and it's the same idea that I had with Altered Carbon. I was like, okay, well, that person's dead. You can sleeve them into a new body, but that person's dead every time. So anyway,
But anyway, Culture, I have something to cheer you up. If you go and check the private chat right now, I just made your life complete.
Ooh.
Well, anyway, Tom, what do you reckon to do with Timothy Oliphant joining the cast? Yay, nay, don't really care. Probably don't really care. Tom's dead.
Hercules.
All right, cool. Anyone else want to comment on this? We get some flow going back to this show now.
Yeah, my final comment is Ridley Scott, please just retire to Blade Runner. It's fine. I mean, it's okay. Seriously, like I like Blade Runner. I think it's a very worthwhile franchise. The animated series was good. Blade Runner 2049 is good. I'm excited.
He's returning to it, right?
I know, and I'm perfectly okay with that, because that is kind of like the one place where his talents actually kind of like fit. He's a good fit for
talents. You mean obsession with androids?
Yeah, okay, fine. Where his obsession with androids actually fits.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right. Goodness me. Right.